Palm Coast City Council meeting. It is Tuesday, April 16, 2019. It is 9 a.m. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mayor Holland?
Here.
Vice Mayor Clufus is absent. Councilmember Branquinho?
Here.
Councilmember Cuff?
Present.
Councilmember Howell?
Here.
Thank you. We'll now open up to public participation. Any member of the public wish to speak on items not on the agenda, you have up to 3 minutes. Please state your name for the record and your 3 minutes will begin.
Good morning, George Mayo, Palm Coast. One thing I saw in the paper, in just the last meeting, we had Gopher Tortoise recognition from Denise Bevan and Jordan and on her staff. And Flagler Beach is considering a resolution or ordinance requiring anybody to build on lots to go in and look for gopher tortoises, as opposed to waiting and have somebody saying, oh, gee, I think we saw a gopher tortoise, and then have to have the city go in. They're being proactive. They're, if I'm correct, a protected species. So I'm wondering if Palm Coast would do the same, requiring either staff or somebody independent to go in and look at lots, because you could have a vacant lot in the middle of 2 or 3. So without somebody living next door, they may not see the gopher tortoise. So this is helping to preserve them. So I'm hoping the city would look at that and be proactive like Flagler Beach. The other thing is, I read in the paper, with only a few weeks left in the legislative agenda up there, one of the laws they're looking at is being able to allow cities and towns not to publish legal notices in the paper, only to do it online. I know that's probably could save the cities and towns some money. Maybe a small town with only a few thousand people, it could be very beneficial. But to me, that would be penny wise and pound foolish. And I would like to see a resolution or a commitment from the city that if they do pass that, the city will continue to publish in the newspaper any legal notices. There are people who do have access to computers, but may not be able to find their way through to find the legal notices for meetings or whatever is going on in the city. And there are, as it said, there are 18% of people who follow legal notices who don't have access to computers. So I'm just would like to see commitment from the city to continue to publish any legal notices in the paper if something like this passes up in Tallahassee. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Hi, Catherine Rosansky. To begin, I would like to thank Mr. Howell for responding to my email that I sent to him a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, we still have not connected. I've sent 2 emails to the mayor with no response as of today. I feel like yet you have time to respond on Facebook. So recently the mayor was responding to issues regarding house paint colors. The mayor responded to a citizen and talked about the uniformity that people like in Palm Coast. And someone asked her, are the colored tents uniformity? She was asked, and Holland simply replied that homeless are on a county property and we have no jurisdiction. Mayor, I feel like I see what you're doing. I feel like you are just not getting involved, letting the county take this one while you spend millions of dollars on pickleball courts, splash parks, an internet project that we really don't need at this current time. But I feel like you do need to get involved. Appointing a liaison to a committee is not just the answer. The citizens of this town need to hear you. We need to hear what you, as our mayor, think of this situation, what you intend to do about it, and what the plan is. We keep hearing that we have to have compassion, that we need to do this slowly. Yes, we do, but what is that? So what is the answer? Your State of the City speech, One Palm Coast, didn't even include the homeless in it. I am tired of hearing that this is a county situation. They may be on county property, but they're in Palm Coast. An April 2nd headline by County Commissioner Charlie Erickson says, "I think we're making some progress, but it's hard to measure." This is the answer that we're going to give to the citizens of Palm Coast, the people that elected you, the mayor of Palm Coast. Although the trees have been cleared, last night at the Flagler County meeting that I attended, they did a presentation, and all the pictures were great. There was not one tent in the final pictures. They're still there. They're not just there. They're over the entire area of Palm Coast, hiding behind the trees. You need to either get the services that these people need or do something to get them out of those areas. I am not able to stay today to wait for your response, as I need to go to work and pay for my mortgage here in this city that I live, but I hope that you will respond to me in writing, as I have now requested 3 times.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good morning, everybody. Mr. Neil Bach, Palm Coast. The first one, the subject I'd like to discuss is traffic calming devices in the city. For the last 2 years, a gentleman has been up here talking about Florida Park Drive. Of course, since some people in this town don't want speed humps or any kind of traffic control device that would make it difficult for whatever reason. Traffic humps work. They will work on Florida Park Drive. It would stop the situation that's been discussed for 2 years plus. We also have Rickenbacker, which is a racetrack between Rimfire and Palm Coast Parkway. And I'm sure there are many others, but since we have no traffic people that work for the city, only for the county, we really haven't done a study on this. And it would be nice if we could find out what can we do to stop speeders in the residential zones. Lowering speed limits, putting traffic calming devices, something needs to be done. Second off, homelessness. That was just mentioned by this young lady. It is a problem. It has to be addressed by everybody. And like I said in a few other times, I don't know if you were here or not, it has to be a unified attack plan or to solve the problem, and not only the government of county, state, federal, and local, but more so the churches. We need to put back responsibilities of the church to the church and away from the government. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker. Seeing none, I'll close public comments. About the gopher tortoise, I'll turn that over to you, Matt. I know we have Denise Bevan, who is our environmental planner. Denise assesses all properties to ensure that we're not ignoring the gopher tortoise population. We in the city of Palm Coast take a lot of pride in our environmental practices. Denise does an outstanding job in doing that. If you wanted to add to anything in individual lots, or if you wanted to get back to George on specifics on what we do, that would be fine.
So I'll get back to George, thank you.
Okay, great. He will be connecting with you with specifics on the practice of the individual lots. I know with master developments, it's a requirement, but the individual lots will get back with you. As far as the legal notices in the newspaper, I had spoken to Representative Renner a number of times through this legislative session. He had mentioned that it does not look like that's going to pass, but if it does pass, we will have a discussion on how we proceed and take your comments into consideration as far as us publishing them. I agree 100% with you that we need to keep this practice going to offer as much information to the public as possible, so thank you. And in the last comment about traffic calming devices, we will have a presentation coming up. Not only do we have a traffic engineer coming in, but we will have a presentation about Florida Park Drive coming up with that particular area of our community. We'll always look at different areas as we move forward, and maybe that would be an action item for the new traffic engineer to ensure that we're keeping an eye on that. And that's all I have. So next agenda item, I will ask for a motion to approve the minutes of the April 2nd, 2019 business meeting and the April 9th, 2019 workshop meeting.
I'll make that motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, it passes unanimously. Agenda item number F2 is a proclamation, April as Volunteer Recognition Month. Councilmember Cuff will be presenting. I'd ask everyone receiving to please come up to the podium.
You are who we're recognizing. Oh, yeah.
I knew when I took the mic home with me last time they were going to do this.
Feel the same way about you.
Heard of dropping the mic. I didn't know we had people stealing them. I didn't know. That's okay. Okay, sorry. Whereas April is Florida Volunteer Month, National Service Recognition Day was held April 3rd, and National Volunteer Week is this week, April 15th through the 21st. This month was established as the official time to recognize and celebrate the efforts of volunteers at the local, state, and national levels, and whereas volunteers can connect with local community service experiences through hundreds of community service organizations, including Flagler Volunteer Services, and whereas volunteers address the most pressing challenges facing our cities, counties, and our nation, from educating students for the jobs of the 21st century and supporting veterans and military families, to preserving the environment and helping communities recover from natural disasters. And whereas volunteering enhances the lives of volunteers, increases self-esteem and physical well-being, provides opportunities to learn new skills and abilities, and offers the chance to meet new friends and associates. And whereas nonprofits, charities, community and faith-based groups, schools, national service programs, and volunteer centers such as Flagler Volunteer Services have joined with the state and local governments to celebrate and praise volunteers who have given tirelessly and selflessly to the service of others. And whereas volunteers are vital to our future as a caring and productive nation, now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Mayor and City Council of the City of Palm Coast, Florida, do hereby recognize the month of April as Volunteer Month in the City of Palm Coast and encourage residents to recognize the positive impact of volunteer services in our city, to thank those who serve, and to find ways to give back to their communities. Signed this 16th day of April, 2019, City of Palm Coast, Florida, by Mayor Melissa Mullen. And congratulations and thank you for everything you and the volunteers your organization coordinates give to the city.
Thank you. I just want to say, I'm Susie Gambling with Flagler Volunteer Services, and I just want to say thank you so much for all of the support that the City of Palm Coast gives to volunteerism in our community. It's really important, and we couldn't function without you and your support, so we appreciate you as well. I did want to share some numbers, and then we do have a couple of awards to hand out, so I just wanted to share some information with you real quick. Volunteer statistics that were reported to our agency, and this is for 2018. We had 3,255 volunteers that served 175,493 hours at 49 local government and nonprofit agencies in Flagler County in 2018. That is huge, huge numbers. Based on the independent sector value of a volunteer hour in Florida, which is $24.69, the volunteer hours served is valued at over $4 million. Like I said, it's just amazing what volunteers do. 1,573 of those volunteers were Palm Coast residents, and they served 102,591 hours, which is a value of $2,532,971. So huge, huge numbers, amazing values, and it's great work that is done throughout our community by the City of Palm Coast residents as well as other residents in Flagler County. As you mentioned, April is Volunteer Appreciation Month, so this is the best part of my job. I get to spend the whole month going around and saying thank you to volunteers for all the great things that they do. Whether they do a little or they do a lot, they make a huge impact on our community and the quality of life in our area. So we are currently getting ready for our volunteer appreciation, which we're doing on April 30th to close out the month. We're doing a volunteer appreciation continental breakfast at the Palm Coast Community Center, and thank you for letting us do that there. We're accepting nominations right now for the Volunteer of the Year, Volunteer Team of the Year, and the Brian Cooper Excellence in Volunteer Leadership Award. Will all be handed out at that event. You are all invited to attend. You should have received an invitation, and Judy will resend it just to make sure everybody got it. If you know of any volunteers that should be nominated, feel free to let us know, and we can make sure that we get those nominations to you. And we want to ensure that everybody is recognized. One of the things that we do every year during Volunteer Appreciation Month is we give out Presidential Service Awards. The Presidential Service Award, the gold level, is for 500 hours completed in 1 year. So we give out 63 this year to volunteers who served more than 500 hours and reached that gold level. Here at the City of Palm Coast, we are giving out ones to people who did more than 1,000 hours. So we upped it a little bit higher than the 500, and we invited everybody who did over 1,000 hours that was a City of Palm Coast resident. Volunteers do not do this work for recognition, so not all of them are here, but I did want to acknowledge all of them. I'm going to call out all of their names, and the ones that are here, we're going to hand out those awards. So the volunteers who did over 1,000 hours: Maureen Caulfield, Steve Garnes, Robert Hudak, Monique Iani, Kit Leslie, Estella Linder, Holly Norris, Jack Ogden Jr., Margaret Pangburn, Felix Ramos, Simon Sam, Barbara Scharf, and Kay Vanderball. So we want to hand out these awards to the ones that are here.
Thanks for kissing me. Thank you. Congratulations. Sorry. And I know some of the fire rescue were on the scene of an accident, so I know that they were able to escape out, but some of them are still working the scene, so we appreciate them doing that, and not that we wish they weren't here, but we appreciate their service. I don't know if I have those. So there's your... Are you sure? Here, I don't know. Here, I'll give you this one. Okay.
And let me just add, you know, about the volunteers. You know, it's one thing to appreciate and give them thanks. It's another thing for our city to acknowledge the fact that these volunteers are saving tremendous amounts of taxpayer dollars every single year. So those dollars, when you mention the 2.5 in the City of Palm Coast, we would be providing those services at a cost to the residents. So the volunteers are truly special people. We cannot thank them enough for their service and their dedication to our community. But really, at the end of the day, the direct, meaningful dollars that we're seeing firsthand, the rest of our residents should also be acknowledging our volunteers and their service, because they truly are making a difference. So thank you for your organization. Thank you for everything you do. It's quite extraordinary when you see all of it together. So thank you.
It is amazing. Okay. Thank you again.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Agenda item number F3 is a proclamation for National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. We'll have Council Member Branquinho presenting. Those receiving, please come up to the podium.
Getting close to my ears. Proclamation. whereas emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, or emergency medical service, and whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedical is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property, and whereas the safety of our law enforcement officers and firefighters is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from the citizens who telephone the Flagler County Emergency Communications Center, and whereas public safety telecommunicators are the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services, and whereas public safety telecommunicators are the single vital link for our police officers and firefighters by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them information and ensuring their safety, and whereas public safety telecommunicators of the Flagler County Sheriff's Office have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients. And whereas each dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job in the past year, now therefore it be proclaimed by the mayor of the city, by the mayor and the city council of the city of Palm Coast, April 14 to 2019, as National Public Safety Telecommunications Week, in honor of the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our city and citizens safe. Signed this April 16th of 2019, City of Palm Coast, Mayor Melissa Allen. Sheriff, congratulations. Ladies, congratulations. May God give you the strength to keep on.
Mayor and Council, thank you very much for recognizing the unsung heroes that you hear on the phone but you never get to see, but they're there around the clock in the time of need. In fact, yesterday I spent some time in the dispatch center. I'd like to say I was dispatching, but I was more likely listening to the great work that they were doing. And you know, they never know what they're going to find on the other end of that phone call. All they know is 911, what is your emergency? And for example, yesterday, dispatcher answered that call and then had to give CPR guidance to the person on the other end while the first responders were responding. Unfortunately, it was too late when the individual was found, but you know, we tried. And with me today is our director of the Communications Center, Christina Mortimer, and one of our supervisors, Janice. And so if you'd like to say anything.
Good morning. On behalf of all the men and women in the Communications Center, we appreciate your support, and the proclamation this week is very special to them. They deserve recognition all year long, but we try to make them feel extremely special this week in particular. I like to refer to them as the first responders, as Sheriff stated, that never know what they're going to get on the other end of that phone. It could be CPR, delivering a baby, bad accident. I mean, they hear it all daily, so what they do is incredible, and I'm extremely thankful for them as well, but thank you very much.
Thank you. I would just like to add, you know, having been as well at the 911 center, when we go through the ride-along process, I am just amazed by the patience, frankly, that your team members demonstrate during heightened times of emergencies. I don't know how they do that and remain so calm, but it has to be a very special talent. So please send back our gratitude to your team members. We want to not only acknowledge them today, but every day moving forward.
May I add one thing? Way back in my beginning days in law enforcement, I was a deputy down in South Florida. And we didn't have portable radios. The only radio we had was in the squad car. And once you got out, you prayed that your dispatchers knew and were keeping clock on you. And thank God for the work that you do, because you're as equally a partner to the guys in the vehicles and all aspects of the law enforcement. You're the people that keep the cool, and I appreciate what you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are special.
Thank you.
At least in my books. Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item number F4 is a proclamation for Child Abuse Prevention Month. Councilmember Howell will be presenting. As those receiving to please approach the podium.
As I mentioned before, that this is a subject dear and near to my heart because I was a protective service employee twice in my career, and I worked in Jacksonville, or actually St. Augustine, and I also worked down in Martin County in the 70s. All aware of what we did and do today. So the proclamation says, whereas Florida's bright future depends on the healthy development of its children, and whereas the abuse and neglect of children can cause severe and costly consequences for children, families, and society as a whole, and whereas every child has a right to be to a safe, healthy, and happy childhood where they are educationally and developmentally on track, and whereas research shows that parents and caregivers who have support systems and know how to seek help in times of trouble are more resilient and better able to provide safe environments and nurturing experiences for their children, and whereas it is vital that individuals, businesses, schools, and community organizations make children a top priority and take action to support the physical, social, emotional, and educational development and competency of their children. And whereas the month of April, Prevent Child Abuse Florida, in collaboration with the Governor's Office of Adoption and Child Protection, the Florida Department of Children and Families, and the Ounce of Prevention Fund of Florida implement Pinwheels for Prevention. And whereas Pinwheels for Prevention is a statewide coordinated campaign aimed to increase awareness of child abuse prevention efforts by encouraging healthy child development, positive parenting practices, and community support, and whereas the blue and silver pinwheel displays in this campaign are used to symbolize the health and happiness all children deserve, and whereas Child Abuse Prevention Month is an important opportunity to urge all Floridians to engage in activities that strengthen families and communities and that provide the optimal environment for healthy child development. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Palm Coast, Florida, April 2019 as Child Abuse Prevention Month. Signed this 9th day of April 2019 by Melissa Holland, Mayor.
Thank you.
And thanks for the work you guys do.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. I just want to thank the City of Palm Coast for recognizing Child Abuse Prevention Month. It is very important that the cities recognize it. This year's theme is to create great childhoods, and everybody's involved in creating a great childhood, be it creating parks for children to play in, parents or caregivers to take their children to the park, extracurricular activities, sporting activities, regular medical checkups. Something simple as going to school every day is helping to create a great childhood. And by creating those great childhoods, it does prevent the department from getting involved in a child's life. And the last thing we want to do is be involved in a child's life unless it's absolutely necessary. And so we all take part in that. I want to thank Commander Williams as well as the Flagler County Sheriff's Department. They helped us put on our second great event at the Target Supermarket for Child Abuse Prevention Month. We had a block party last week. And next year, we're going to hope to have it even bigger and better than the last 2 years. But it wouldn't be possible without the providers in this community, the cities in this community, and the county itself partnering with us to create great childhoods.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do. Again, it's not an easy role in our community, and anything we can do to support your efforts, please just always let us know.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you. Agenda item number G5 is an ordinance. Mr. Reichman.
Yes, Mayor, Council. This is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Palm Coast, Florida, amending Chapter 2, Administration, Article Roman numeral 6, Retirement Division 2, Volunteer Firefighter Retirement System and Trust Fund. This ordinance amends Section 2540, Maximum Pension, Section 2549, Supplemental Benefit, and this ordinance provides for severability, codification for conflicts, and provides for an effective date. This is the second reading, Mayor.
Great. Council, any questions? Matt, did you have anything to add as far as the second reading?
Administrative change, obviously to comply with IRS regulations. As a reminder, you heard this at your March 26th workshop and again at the April 2nd business meeting. We believe it's recommended ready for adoption.
Any member of the public wish to make public comment on agenda item number 5, please do so at this time. And I'll close public comment, take it back to this council, entertain a motion.
I'll motion to adopt this ordinance.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, it passes unanimously. Agenda item number H6 is appoint 2 members to the Volunteer Firefighters Pension Fund Board. That is this, we have a score sheet. Did you want to?
Hi.
Yes, actually
Mr. Esposito and Mr. Brazano have their terms expired April 30th. So we need to, the council needs to appoint 2 members. Today we put out an ad and you've got 4 to select. So just put a check by the 2 that you would like to serve. And then we'll see.
And give it to you?
Yes.
Extra work, huh?
Okay. The appointments are the same. Mr. Esposito and Mr. Rosano will continue serving on the board.
Can I have a motion to appoint the 2 continuing members, please?
Make that motion to appoint the...
And I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, it passes unanimously. Agenda item number I, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are consent agenda items. Any member of the public wish to make public comment on any of those items, please do so at this time. Seeing none, I'll close public comment. Take it back to this council. Entertain a motion.
Move the consent agenda for approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, it passes unanimously. Agenda item number J is public participation. Any member of the public who has not spoken at the beginning of the meeting under public participation now has the opportunity to do so. You have up to 3 minutes. Please state your name for the record and your 3 minutes will begin.
Steve Carr, Palm Coast. A lot of times we talk about quality of life and how it affects every neighborhood differently. Who decides which neighborhoods are really worthy of having a good quality of life? That's a good question. Because I've been up here for quite a few years talking about the problem with Florida Park Drive. There was no traffic impact study done when they were the turn lanes from Palm Coast Parkway and Palm Harbor Parkway were added to funnel traffic through Florida Park Drive. Traffic grew to over 8,600 cars per day, just 60 feet from residents' living quarters. The fumes, the dust, the noise, it's constant during the day, and we can't escape it. So who determines that we don't have a good quality of life? I'd really like to know that answer. I wrote to or emailed the ordinance department. There's a code of ordinance, chapter 24, environmental, article 2, division 1, section 24-31, paragraph G. It says that the city was supposed to make sure that as far as air quality, that it did not interfere anything that was interfering with the enjoyment of property of life. Well, I can tell you, the people on Florida Park Drive cannot enjoy their property. They cannot enjoy their life. The traffic noise drives them inside. The fumes, the dust is always in the house. It's not going anywhere. I mean, it's coming from the cars. We're talking over 8,000 cars per day within 60 feet of a home. That's 3 million cars a year, okay? Just if you multiply it out, approximately. It's up to this city council to handle this problem. Yes, it was handed down to you, but it's still a problem. So who in the city determines which neighborhood gets to have a good quality of life? That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you for comments. Next speaker.
Good morning, Ed Fuller. Good morning, Honorable Mayor Holland, Honorable Council members, and welcome, Mr. Morton. I just want to thank you for your presentation on One Palm Coast. I'm a little late, I guess, on the uptake here, but when you digest everything that you had displayed and basically had done, it was fabulous. It was cogent, it was clear, it was concise. It gives everybody a feeling of community, where we're going, where we've been, and where we want to aspire to. I could go on and on about your presentation. It was just fabulous. There is one suggestion, not that you all don't get them every day. I love that children's park next to the community center. I wonder if we could have a naming of that park. It is just fabulous. I've had such a wonderful time with my grandsons, and to see all the other kids out there enjoying themselves, safe, in a wonderful, pleasurable environment. It's just unbelievable. Somebody, whoever designed that, they rocked it. Anything that can entertain my grandson for an hour and a half without him getting bored, they really did well. I want to thank you, and thank you again, Mayor, for your presentation. And I know that you're coming up with this Connect, I believe it is, in May. How about One Palm Coast Connect? I like the theme. It's not a bad idea, but it's just an idea. You all get told what to do on a daily basis. You certainly don't need me to tell you that. But thank you very much, and I appreciate all your efforts, which you all do. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Well, good morning. And it's good morning, Mayor and Councilman. It's good to see you guys. As you guys know, we made some decisions last night on the commission. When I came in 3 months ago, I said we were not going to be like past commissions. We were going to be one of action, one of dealing with problems and addressing them. We did that last night. We addressed a very serious problem that had been neglected, that probably should have never happened, the Sheriff's Operations Center. When I say it shouldn't have happened, I will call for full investigation to look into the bad decisions that have cost this county millions and millions of dollars. But I come today to ask you guys for help. As y'all know, we talked about moving the Sheriff's Operations Center behind the library. It addresses and deals with a certain amount of things. One of them, the homeless camp, it will address that. Immediately, we need to put up fencing to protect that area because it becomes a construction zone. And by the way, Matt, welcome. I haven't had a chance to officially say it, but proud, they made a great decision. But it addressed the homeless situation. It also, I ask you guys to consider working with us very diligently, as we have been doing so the last few months, in doing traffic studies to make sure this is the right place for it. And then also speeding up the permit process, which I know the mayor has worked on very hard. You know, Councilman Howell and I have been working on the homeless situation. This will help us create some action to get some movement and decisions made in this county of how to address it and how to have a procedure in place. I will be coming back to you guys because we're going to call on the cities as well to support the policy that we need to put throughout the county to address the homeless issue. But again, this county commission will not be like ones in the past. It is going to be one of taking action and addressing these problems, and utmost these problems that we were left with by bad decision making prior to us. Sheriff's Operations Center, it's not been an easy fix. It's been something that we've had to really look at, But the solution that we offer today will not, and I can promise you this, you're going to see it in the fall, we're going to have the first time in almost a decade that we don't have tax increases. I'm still shooting for us to see tax decreases, not increases. So that's going to be a little challenging with this Sheriff's Ops Center, but we've got our sleeves rolled up and are going to do it. But we're going to need the help from the city to move this forward. And like I said, I know you guys weren't lobbying for this or weren't asking for it, but we need that location to be the one, and are going to be pushing forward. But I want to thank you guys and thank you for the relationship. It's been phenomenal the last few months. With the jobs in the industry coming in, Flagler County certainly has a very bright future, and Palm Coast.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Next speaker. See none, I'll close public comment. We will first address Mr. Carr's comment. You know, we will be having a full presentation coming up of the options and alternatives for Florida Park Drive. You know, as Mr. Carr indicated, this was an issue, obviously, that was inherited by this council. We do take it very seriously. We do understand the challenges that are facing that roadway. Frankly, it's a complicated issue. It's one that's not going to be easy, but we are moving forward with suggested changes, recognizing that it is a unique roadway in our city of Palm Coast that does promote a lot of traffic on that roadway. So hopefully you'll be hearing some more concrete plans in the coming future, which we can adopt as a governing body and consider those options seriously. So thank you for your continued participation on this issue, and I'm sure the residents of Florida Park Drive thank you as well. Mr. Fuller, thank you for your comments as well. We love to hear the positive dialogue about our parks. We are a multi-generational community, so every time we can have the next generation enjoying our parks that we have put in place, that's a good story to tell. And as far as our One Palm Coast Connect, without question, you know, more to come on that, but I will tell you it's going to be a very exciting time for our residents and internally as well. So we thank you for your participation in our community as well. And to Commissioner Mullins, I had watched your meeting last night. I appreciate the leadership by the County Commission on moving issues forward. Matt, I know you're meeting with the new county administrator, I think today, I think.
I believe it's this week.
Okay. But if you can have that as one of your topics, I agree that if a new Sheriff's Operations Center is going to be housed within our city, you know, we need to view that as a partnership, frankly. So anything we can do to fast track those permits and look at traffic over in that part of our city would be helpful. Okay. All right, thank you again. We'll now move to agenda item number K, which is discussion by City Council of matters not on the agenda. Councilmember Cuff.
Nothing for this meeting, Your Honor.
Okay. Councilmember Branquinho.
Once again, I just want to thank Commissioner Joe Mullins for, you know, your upfrontness with us over here. And let it be known that when it comes to me, and I believe for the whole body here, that if there's anything legal and ethical we could do regarding anything that you deal with, I'm pretty sure you're going to be on your side and helping you out. Thank you. Thank you.
Couple quick things here. First, Commissioner, thanks for your kind words, and we're a team. We're going to make stuff happen. I have a major concern, and I think that all of our citizens have, and this comes back to our favorite friend, Waste Pro. The phone has been ringing off the hook, or ringing off my hip, either or. And I think it's time that, you know, I'm a type of guy that if I pay for a service, I expect the service to be performed, especially when it's contractual. And if they can't meet the obligation, then we need to start seriously looking at other options. Now, that being said, I haven't had an opportunity to review our contract, but there should be a penalty clause in there, and if there isn't, the next one should have a penalty clause if they can't deliver. Personally, I understand they're having an issue with management and they're having an issue with the lack of drivers, but that's not our citizens' fault. You know, we pay for a service and you better deliver, period. I don't care if supervisors have to drive the trucks till the wee hours of the night. It's got to be done because it mounts up. And it's just spinning right now. And sometimes we got to take drastic actions and just say, all right, enough is enough. And I want to put them on note. If you can't deliver, we'll find somebody real quick, real soon, that can deliver the service.
Okay.
That's item number one. Item number two, I did watch your comments last week with regards to the proposal to hire 2 additional IT guys to support the fiber ops. And I saw the vote. Well, had I been there last week and not at Harvard, I also would have said a nay on that. Because I think what we have to look at are our wants and the needs. And we're forgetting the needs and we're putting the wants in front there. The hiring of additional staff, or the allocations for funding should take place, and I'm sure you would agree, during the budget cycle. That's where we justify what we have. For example, I would like to see 2 electricians hired because we only have 1 electrician, and that's the guy that is the building inspector. And if you stop and think about all the money that we spend with Pamlico Electric in contracting work out, our electricians will pay for themselves in spades. Not only that, but they would be capable of hooking up that generator for the community center, you know, and that's going to pay for itself. So just these are things, when we get to the budget cycle, we need to discuss. And that's it. Other than that, you guys ran a good workshop, and I'm just sorry I wasn't here.
Okay. As far as Waste Pro goes, I completely agree. It's been a struggle for us for some time now. Continue to receive emails in regards to the issue. I know we have put them on notice previously. There is a clause within our contract. They are fined penalties when they're not performing the service. I will say our contract also takes into account the recycling, and it's, I think, 2 years left on this contract. We have met with them a few times. I know they have brought in new management. They've changed management. They've had struggles with finding people, you know, that can work for them. We have set up a job fair, working with the Center for Business Excellence in order for a way to connect those that are looking for a job. They pay very well, so
yeah,
I mean it's
$147 a day for the driver.
It's not that, but to your point, I think we need to reach out again, Mr. Morton, to Waste Pro and let them know we're dissatisfied with the service they are currently providing. We've continued to receive several complaints, and I know the county has as well. And so we need to have a conversation with them on what their future plans are as far as our residents go, because they are paying for a service. We can't continue for them not to receive a service in which they're paying for. Okay? All right. And as I have one actually additional item, and actually goes to sort of this city-county relationship as well. Another issue I think needs to be discussed when you are meeting with the county administrator is this idea of joint planning agreements. We've talked about it historically. There are areas of the city that are not going to be annexed into the city, but they are contiguous to the city. And so if we can get an understanding on, you know, just services and locations and stuff, I don't know where that went last time, Bill. I know we suggested it some time ago, but I'd like to see that come to fruition. It's an important topic, knowing that growth is going to occur in certain areas of our community. And because our relationship is going in such a positive direction, I want to make sure we're continuing to coordinate those efforts.
Yes, Mayor.
Okay? Yes. All right, thank you. Okay, discussion by city attorney of matters not on the agenda.
Nothing, Mayor.
Okay. You've been quiet today. Discussion by city manager of matters not on the agenda.
Thank you. I had 2 items to report. One, we do in fact have a meeting with Waste Pro. Looks like next week. Staff's been working on getting that connected to do sort of a triage of what is going on. We're getting a lot of calls as well, and I understood from the calls we've been getting and the comments that this is a big issue. So we're going to jump back on that and see where we're at. In fact, to your point, Mayor, there have been fines levied, but there gets to be a point where the fines to the community are relevant. They would like the service to be carried out. Second, on a much happier note, tonight, just a reminder, is Food Truck Tuesday right here in Central Park in Town Center. So come on out. That's all I had. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, I had some real lobster rolls in Boston.
All right, so we don't have Vice Mayor here. Someone make a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to close.
Okay, thank you.